So this video has been a long time in the coming. Back in January, reached out to Luise with Junk Journal Journey, and you may know her, but I was just wanting to learn more about junk journaling, so I reached out to her, and she was absolutely amazing in sharing her knowledge with me and pointing me to some of her videos that were very helpful in helping me learn how to do that. And afterwards, I kind of went on my own little junk journal journey and made a little series of my first junk journal. And during our conversation, we decided to partner up and do one of her 5-item swap. And we got her package arrived. However, my package to her never made it. When I finally checked the tracking, it had gone to Mexico City. And I thought for sure there was no way that was going to find its way to her. So I kind of thought this is never going to happen. Well, during that time of waiting for the packages to, her package to arrive, Luise was asked to be a maker with Tim Holtz, which you may know. And I myself am a maker for Tim Holtz. And both of our making schedules got very busy with working on projects for the holiday, Halloween and Christmas releases. And so with that said, I have not had time to open the package and create with it. And it's been very hard for me to leave this sitting there for months. I am not a leave it for months type person. I'm usually I don't like to let things sit around and wait, but I wanted to wait until I had time to really sit and enjoy opening this lovely gift from her. And I wanted to be able to relish that time. So without further ado, I'm going to open this package and share what she sent with me. And if you're not familiar with the 5-item swap, you basically get a partner and you swap 5 items, random, however you want. You can have a theme to them. We both just decided to go with just whatever spoke to us. And then we also selected 5 of the same items to keep. So I sent 5 items to Luise, and I kept those same 5 items for myself, and she did the same for me. And so each of us then are going to make 2 projects with this 5-item swap, one with what we sent to each other and one with what was sent to us. So so without further ado, let's see what interesting items she sent. I absolutely love the outside of the packaging and how she created this little cluster for me. But as part of the swap, I can't use any of this. It's what's inside with her little smiley face here. So I'm going to open up and see what's in here first. And oh, this looks like a card. Oh, so beautiful. I always love all of her layering and clustering and sewing, of course. She always adds such cool stitching. Thanks so much. I'm a big fan of you and your work. Oh, that is so sweet. Yes. Okay. All right. So now let's see. So famously added some stitching here so I could not peek in to my bag. Let's see if we can tear it open. I'm not sure the best way to get in here. Well, I don't think that worked. Oh, maybe it did. Okay, perfect. No, because I'm still gonna have to get in there. All right, so I guess we'll just take some scissors and trim that off. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, oh, cool. Okay, so our 5 items, I have a button. I have a little, looks like some fabric with like a stamp image on it, like a ticket. That's cool. Ooh, I love that. Wow. That could not be more cool. Oh my gosh. The front and the back are both so cool. And look at that. Oh my goodness. So this looks like, I don't know, like a passport photo maybe? Not really sure, but I love the signature on the bottom. Oh wow, that is so cool. Ooh, now that's interesting. So this looks like a CD sleeve. So you could put like a CD sleeve in there, but that's kind of cool. Make like a window of some sort. And ooh, an envelope. Ooh, with the old stamps. Handwriting. That's interesting. All right. So I am probably going to need to think a little bit on what I'm going to do with these items. So like I can't use anything that's in the packaging. So these are my 5 items, and the only thing I can do is I can use like stamps and mediums to work with this. I could also use dies, but if I use any dies, it has to be like cut out of this paper. So this is all I have to work with, but I'm going to kind of just let this sit for a few minutes and think about it. But I'm loving this blue, so that's kind of speaking to me with some Uncharted Mariner. And yeah, so I'm going to kind of think about colors that I would want to incorporate, and like maybe some stamps, or I could use stencils. So I'm going to go through my stash a little bit, pull out some things that I think I might want to incorporate with this, colors and stamps and stencils and some other mediums, and go from there. Okay, so I went through my stash, and because of the time of year, September, I am in a Halloween mood. So I have decided I'm going to kind of go with a little Halloween theme on this. So I picked out a couple stencils that I thought might work, and this one particularly because it is in German, and that is Luise's native language. So I just thought that would be kind of cool to add to this. I got a couple dies that I might use. I don't know if this one will work or not, but definitely can maybe add the bats in. And then as I was going through my stamps, I came across this examination set and this physician and surgeon. And so that kind of gave me a little bit of an idea of maybe the theme I want to go through with this. So yeah, I'm not really sure where this is going to go, but along with the 5 items, we also can take any sort of paper or substrate to create like the base that we're going to create on. So I've just got a piece of mixed media paper, and I'm going to use that as my base, and yeah, go from there. All right. So, as I mentioned, I've got my paper here, and I think I'm going to just start off with just some general distressing, the old paper, and I'm going to kind of go from there. Just I'm not really sure what I want to do here. So, yeah. And this is a little different from my normal creating because I can't redo it. You know, I've got one of the things, and so I have to kind of plan out a little bit more, maybe. I know I should just roll with it, but it looks pretty good like it is. All right, just dab up a little bit more here and there. I don't know that I'm going to use this whole sheet of paper, but whatever I cut off, I will just put to the side. So give that a quick dry. And now I'm going to just do some stamping on here. I think, which end do I like the best? That looks pretty good. All right. I don't know if this paper will handle any distressing, but I'm gonna try. Let's do that too while we're at it here. See what happens. It's probably not gonna take it the same as well because it's not made for this. And because there's this plastic in there, be very careful with drying this. But yeah, I think this is gonna work just fine. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. And then we can ink it up and add some more interest to it here. Okay. All right. So. Anyone that knows me, very rarely stamp without my stamping platform, so just going to maybe use that there. And I'm just going to do some stamping with some permanent ink here because I don't want this to run. I want this to stay. There we go. And back on here. Yeah, like I said, I'm not totally sure what I'm doing with this just yet, but I just want to get some images stamped on here that I think actually I may end up covering up most of that anyway. Oh yeah. do some inking on here and this side. Espresso. This is the new shattered stamp, and thinking that that could be kind of cool. We stamp some here, and then I could like move it up and stamp there. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Just kind of breaking that harsh edge up. Wasn't thinking about that when I. Okay, now I'm going to. Let's see, how should we do this? Because I want to get a little bit more of that. What would do that? That'll work. Okay. Okay. I kind of lost our position thing, but it's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off here. Just making it cicatos. Make a decision here. I'm just gonna cut it into a square. I mean, I love these, but I may using them for something else. A little gathered twigs. This button is throwing me off. Can't figure out what to do with it. I want to figure out how to put some of this on here somehow. So maybe, ooh, what if I do some? All right, so I want to do something like that. All right, so taking the button, and of course I forgot to push play, but I added a coat of some collage medium and I'm just letting that dry. And that will allow this grit paste probably to stick a little better onto that smooth surface. I'm just gonna let that dry. gonna try it. I think I'm gonna die cut some of those bats. Yeah, we just need some Halloween on here, right? I want these super big ones. I think when I cut this, it's gonna just fall apart because it's so thin. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going to ink. I'm just going to ink this. Okay. And that cool. And yeah, so that's giving it a little more, made it a little sturdier. And yeah, and so then I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and we'll have some bats, way more than I need, but yeah. Use some tape, hold that in place. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So I know this paper is very fragile, so and thin, so it's going to stick in those dies pretty good. Yeah, just falling apart. All right, so I got the bats all done, and I did another layer, just trying to make them a little more substantial. So we'll set those to the side. And now this is dry, so I'm going to add some alcohol ink to it, and I'm going to work on my glass mat here for that, just because it's easier to clean up. And I'm just adding some rust and espresso. Do this, and then a little mushroom. Real quick. And like I said, I'm kind of trying to get it a little more more distressed than, you know, so it's a little more like that. So I think now I'm gonna try adding in some, see, I maybe should have done this first, but once it gets to that point, then you pretty much need to and I think I'm gonna go back with just a little bit more of this rust. And grab a little butterscotch too, just to make it go a little lighter. Perfecto. Look at that. Yumma, yumma, yumma. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So that looks pretty cool. And you see, pretty good and grungy. Let's get back to here. So, like I said, I want to attach that on here. And oh, and then this is dried, so that looks pretty cool. So now I'm gonna a little something to bring that out. I think I'm going to take a little walnut stain. Oh, I think this will work, yeah. And a little blending brush. Kind of a wee bit dirty. Oh yeah, that's gonna do it. Okay. So, all right. So now, I feel like the edges of this need to be darkened up a little bit more. So, I'll try and see if this is gonna do it or not. All right, so I got the little bats done, added a couple coats of black embossing powder to finally get them. And I darkened up the edges here a little bit with some black soot, oxide ink, and I still feel like this needs a little something, so I'm going to stamp on it with something here. And then I'm going to use something that's a little new to me, and it's the Dina Wakley Media gloss sprays. Never used them before, but I've been wanting to for a while. And I'm going to use this to do some splatters. And this stuff is super permanent once it's splattered, so I am definitely going to work on my splat box. And you're supposed to shake it up really well. Not sure how much, but let's see what we got here. And then I am going to do this kind of a splattering. Oh yeah. yeah, I am going to cut this out. So I want to keep the flap here because I just love the look of that. Okay. So I'm going to need to be careful about this because I don't want to ruin any of that. So I'm going to carefully cut along this end here. Just kind of attach that all back together. All right, so I'm back to this plastic thing. So sorry about the glare there, but I'm gonna do some alcohol ink on there. It's been a while since I've been in there. So that's kind of what it looks like. Maybe needs a little more brown. We're getting there. Okay, so here's a look at my finished project. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I guess it could be a card. You could put this on a card. It's a big card. kind of an emphasize card. But yeah, so like I said, I wanted to incorporate this somehow, so I just added a little soda button on the top of that and then stuck it in the pocket here. I added some stitching along that side, down here on the bottom, and a little bit there, just hold that in place. And then this is still open, so I could technically stick something in that side of things, but I just like the idea that that can be opened up. And then I added on the little bats, but I love how it turned out. I'm so excited. And this entire making time has been absolutely delightful, challenging, but in a good way, and something that I've really, really enjoyed. And I want to thank Luise again for joining up with me, asking me to join her for this fun little swap, and I hope you all enjoy seeing what each of us has created. I will have linked up to Luise's project in my description box below, so please make sure you go check out what she created as well, and we'll see you soon. Until next time, stay crafty, my friends. Oh, and one last thing. This is basically all I had left. That little bit I trimmed off the photo, and then this piece of paper from the envelope, because I pretty much destroyed the rest of the envelope trying to make the bats. But those two stamps I will incorporate into something somewhere because they're very special to me. So anyway, so there's that. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so grateful for you. I was wondering if you could do me a quick favor and subscribe to my channel or leave me a thumbs up or a comment. If you're feeling extra generous, I'd love for you to share about my channel with your friends. All of these things help out us YouTubers so much, and it would mean so much to me to have your support.